Everybody, my name is Dr. Aisa Monroe. I am an ortho, pelvic, physical therapist, and fitness coach. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to activate your core and pelvic floor to help with any leakage, pressure, pain in your pelvic region while doing lifting. All right, when doing this, I'm going to start off with talking about it with no weight, just because it's a little bit difficult to talk and lift at the same time. And then I'll show you what it looks like with some weight on the bar. So when you're starting off trying to activate, engage your pelvic floor and core while doing lifting, what I want you to start off with is connecting with your feet. So connecting with your feet on the ground. A lot of us like to stand with our feet excessively wide. So I'm gonna have you start to bring your feet in just a little bit. So ideally they're gonna be about hip width apart, but they might have to be just a little bit wider depending on who you are. So start off feeling your feet on the ground. Feel the base of your big toe, base of your little toe, and your heel. So this is what's helping you connect with the ground, to help you put force into the ground, to help you lift the weight off of the ground. Unlock your knees. So a lot of us like to stand with our knees excessively straight, and what this does is it pushes us forward a little bit more, gives us a little bit more tension in our back, a little bit more tension in our lower butt, and this is going to make it a little bit harder for these core muscles to engage. So feel your feet, feel your weight shift back. So we connect with our core by connecting with our breath. You go ahead, take a breath in. Now when you exhale, you're going to get a slow, full exhale. You're going to feel that lift of your pelvic floor, compression of your lower belly, middle belly, rib cage, as you slowly, fully exhale. When we get this full exhale, that's what's activating that pelvic floor and deep abs. So here's what it looks like. As you can see when I'm doing that, you're seeing my lower belly, middle belly, rib cage, all move in as I slowly, fully exhale. So when we're doing this, we're trying to maintain some degree of awareness of that lift of our pelvic floor and those deep ab muscles. As we start to move through the lift, we're not going to feel that deep core contraction the entire time, though we do want to maintain some degree of awareness of these muscles. And what we really want to focus on is maintaining a tall spine. So maintaining a tall spine, all I mean by that is you're trying to maintain some height in your spine so that we're not excessively crunching down like this, excessively arching like this. Nice tall spine. What that's going to do is going to allow these core muscles to work better throughout this movement. So I'm going to show you how to do this with a deadlift variation, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with a squat as well. So for the deadlift, I'm starting off with my feet a little wider than hip width apart. I'm feeling the ground with my feet, unlock my knees. What this does is it gets my weight to kind of shift back a little bit. Nice tall spine, head in line with your rib cage, in line with your pelvis. Now get that full exhale. When you do that, you're going to feel that lift of your pelvic floor, compression of your lower belly, middle belly, then rib cage. With the deadlift, you're going to have this little downward squeeze of your shoulder blades. This is getting your shoulder blade muscles to work with that deep core. You're slowly going to start to shift your hips back, keeping the bar close to your body while maintaining that deep ab engagement. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you come out of it. For the squat, the bar is going to be on your upper back. Same thing, nice tall spine. Unlock those knees, slow, full exhale. And we're hanging onto that sensation of our pelvic floor and abs as we perform this exercise. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come out of it. So the key thing here is maintaining some degree of awareness of these muscles as we're performing these exercises or any other exercise that we're doing in the gym as well. This includes a lunge, a split squat, a hip thrust, because these deep core muscles should be working as we're doing any of these exercises. We want some degree of awareness of these muscles. We're not going to feel that strong contraction throughout the entire exercise. And that's because as we're moving, these pelvic floor muscles are moving as well. They're not expected to stay tight and contracted throughout the entire exercise, because as we're moving, these pelvic floor muscles are moving as well. But we want to have some degree of awareness, some degree of this contraction as we're performing these exercises. So we're maintaining that awareness while keeping that tall spine. What that does is it puts less pressure downward onto our pelvic floor, so we don't experience as much symptoms. Now, I showed you doing that with a light weight. it's going to look a lot different as the weight starts to go up. Just because as the weight starts to go up, we're going to use a little bit more of our dominant strategies, and that might take away from those deeper core muscles working a little bit. But this is all to say, make sure you have some degree of awareness of these muscles. It won't look perfect every time, especially as the weight goes up, but I want you to try to maintain that nice tall spine, awareness of these deep core muscles to alleviate any symptoms that you could be potentially experiencing. So what to do if you still can't feel it, or you still feel like that doesn't help, because that actually happens often. So if you are still struggling with feeling those deep core muscles while doing your lifts, one, drop the weight. It's a lot easier to do this if you drop the weight. So if you've been consistently doing it with a heavier weight, you might have to get that ego in check and drop the weight, and it will help you feel a little bit better. Other things that are going to be vital in dealing with pelvic floor issues, or you're just trying to get your form a little bit better, is improving your mobility. So improving mobility in your hips, improving mobility in your rib cage, those are going to be vital for being able to access this proper form, because sometimes we're just too stiff to actually get this engagement because these other muscles are just compensating and doing everything. So these deeper muscles, they can't engage. Another thing that's going to be super important is specifically targeting these deep core muscles. So right there, we were talking about incorporating the deep core with a heavier lift. Sometimes it's better to incorporate isolated pelvic floor and core exercises first, and then integrate it into your lift so that you're able to connect with these muscles a little bit better. So if you're interested in learning any more about this topic, I have a free training on the connected core and pelvic floor where I go through these things a little bit deeper and kind of talk about all these factors that can cause why you're experiencing these pelvic floor issues in the first place. So I will link the video below or maybe somewhere in this video. And thanks for watching. Do not forget to subscribe. If this helped you, please share with somebody else. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.